International Public Sector Accounting Standard, or Ipsas 24, is a very important rule for governments. It is titled Presentation of Budget Information in Financial Statements. This standard tells public sector entities, like government departments, how to present their budget information. The main goal is to make it easy for people to compare the approved budget with the actual money spent. It requires that a comparison of budget amounts and actual amounts be included in the financial statements. This comparison helps everyone see if the government followed its financial plan. It's really a tool for showing how public money was managed against the original promises made to the public and the legislature. This standard is not about how to create a budget. Instead, it focuses on reporting what happened after the budget was approved. You can think of it like a report card for the government's financial performance. The budget is the plan of what the government intends to do, and the actual results show what was really done. Ipsas 24 brings these two pieces of information together in one place. This direct comparison is powerful. It allows citizens, it allows auditors, it allows lawmakers to ask important questions. Why was more money spent on a project than planned? Why was a promised school not built even though money was allocated for it? The standard aims to strengthen the accountability of governments to their citizens. The budget is the most important financial document of any government. It is a statement of its plans, priorities, policies for the upcoming year. It shows where the government plans to get money from taxes, loans. It also shows where it plans to spend that money: healthcare, education, defense, infrastructure projects. The budget is not just a collection of numbers. It's actually a political and social contract between the government and its citizens. It reflects the government's commitment to delivering public services and achieving national goals. Therefore, how this plan is executed is of immense public interest. Reporting on the budget is crucial for accountability. Once the legislature approves the budget, the government is given the authority to collect revenues and spend public money. Citizens have the right to know if this authority was used responsibly. Budget reporting provides this information. It tells the story of whether the government stuck to its approved plan. Without proper reporting, there is no way to hold public officials accountable for their financial decisions. The central requirement of Ipsas 24 is the presentation of a statement of comparison of budget and actual amounts. This statement must be included as a core part of the entity's general-purpose financial statements. It directly compares the final approved budget figures with the actual amounts spent or earned. The standard specifies that this comparison should be made on the same basis as the budget was prepared: cash basis, accrual basis, some other modified basis. This ensures a like-for-like comparison, which is essential for a fair evaluation. The statement must show the original budget, the final approved budget, the actual results. Ipsas 24 also requires the disclosure of explanations for material differences between the budget and actual amounts. This is a critical component for accountability. It is not enough to simply show the numbers. The government must explain the story behind them. For example, if the Ministry of Health spent significantly less than its allocated budget for a new hospital, the notes to the financial statements must explain why. Maybe the construction was delayed due to land acquisition issues, or maybe the project was cancelled. These explanations provide context and help users of the financial statements understand the government's performance, rather than just seeing a variance. The standard defines which budget should be used for the comparison. It specifies the use of the approved budget, which is the expenditure authority granted by the legislature or another governing body. The standard also requires the entity to disclose which body approved the budget and the period it covers. This provides clarity on the scope and authority of the financial plan being evaluated in the report. Many countries across the globe have successfully adopted Ipsas, including Ipsas 24, to enhance their public financial management. New Zealand is often cited as a pioneer in this area. The New Zealand government has been preparing its financial statements on a full accrual basis, in line with Ipsas, for many years. Their annual reports include a detailed comparison of budgeted results and actual results. along with comprehensive explanations for any significant variances. This has led to a high degree of transparency and has allowed the public and Parliament to hold the government accountable for its financial performance. Switzerland. The Swiss federal government's financial statements include budget-to-actual comparisons as required by Ipsas 24. United Kingdom. The UK's whole-of-government accounts initiative consolidates the financial results of thousands of public sector bodies applying principles similar to those in Ipsas. This allows for a comprehensive overview of the government's financial position and performance. Developing countries have also embraced the move towards Ipsas. Several countries in Africa, several countries in Latin America, South Africa. In South Africa, the government has been a strong proponent of accrual accounting and Ipsas. Their commitment has resulted in more reliable and comprehensive financial reporting, which is crucial for managing public resources effectively in a complex economy. World Bank (IMF). The worldwide adoption of Ipsas 24 is a testament to its value in promoting good governance and making governments more answerable to the people they serve. In Pakistan, public financial management has traditionally followed a cash-based system of accounting. The government prepares its budget on a cash basis. Financial reports, such as the appropriation accounts, also track cash expenditures against budgeted allocations. While simple and focused on cash control, this system has significant limitations. The reporting format often makes it difficult for a non-expert to compare the final approved budget with actual expenditures in a single user-friendly document. Information exists, but it's spread across multiple complex reports. A major gap is the lack of a single consolidated statement that presents budget and actuals side by side, as Ipsas 24 mandates. Financial statements and budget documents are published separately. Citizens or members of Parliament must consult both and manually compare. This creates a barrier to effective oversight. Explanations for variances are often not detailed or clear enough. Pakistan is moving toward accrual accounting under the Project to Improve Financial Reporting and Auditing, PIFRA. The transition is incomplete. Budgets remain largely cash-based. For example, cash-basis reports don't show long-term liabilities being incurred, like pension obligations or debts for large infrastructure projects, until the cash is actually paid. Public sector entities use different reporting formats. Adopting Ipsas 24 would enforce a standardized budget-to-actual format, thereby strengthening democratic accountability. The first step for public bodies in Pakistan to implement Ipsas 24 is to build awareness and secure political will. Political will. Decision-makers at the federal level must understand the benefits. Decision-makers at the provincial level must understand the benefits. Decision-makers at the local level must understand the benefits. This requires conducting workshops and training sessions, workshops for parliamentarians, workshops for senior civil servants, workshops for finance officials. A clear directive from the highest levels, such as the Ministry of Finance, is essential. The second step is to conduct a gap analysis. Each public sector entity needs to assess current financial reporting against Ipsas 24. This will identify changes needed in processes, systems, and formats. This analysis becomes the basis of a realistic implementation roadmap. The third step involves capacity building and training. Successful implementation requires a skilled workforce. Training should be practical and use real-world Pakistani examples. For example, prepare the statement of comparison of budget and actual amounts for the Ministry of Education. Investing in human resources is critical for long-term sustainability. The final step is a phased implementation or rollout plan. Start with a few pilot ministries or departments. Learn from initial experience, resolve challenges, and refine the process. The federal government could begin with a few key ministries. A phased approach minimizes disruption and increases chances of sustainable adoption across Pakistan's public sector. The adoption of Ipsas 24 will bring a revolutionary change in transparency for Pakistan's public finances. By requiring a clear side-by-side comparison of budget plans and actual results in a single statement, it makes financial information instantly understandable. No longer will citizens, no longer will journalists, no longer will civil society organizations need to dig through multiple complex documents to figure out how public money was spent. Imagine being able to look at the annual report of the National Highway Authority, seeing exactly how much was budgeted for the Lahore-Sialkot motorway extension versus how much was actually spent, with clear reasons for any difference. This level of clarity is the bedrock of public trust. This enhanced transparency directly leads to stronger accountability. When public officials know that their financial performance will be clearly displayed for all to see, they are more likely to manage funds prudently. The requirement to explain material variances is particularly powerful. Ipsas 24 will also improve the quality of legislative oversight. Members of Parliament will be equipped with much better information to scrutinise the executive branch. And sessions of the Public Accounts Committee, they can use the IPSAS 24 statements to ask pointed and informed questions. This empowers the legislature to perform its constitutional role of holding the government to account more effectively, ensuring that the budget reflects the will of the people and is executed accordingly. The adoption of IPSAS 24 represents more than just a technical accounting change for Pakistan. It signifies a profound shift towards a future of greater transparency, accountability, and good governance. By mandating a straightforward comparison of budgeted plans with actual financial results, this standard demystifies public finance. It makes government spending accessible and understandable to every citizen, empowering them to hold their elected officials accountable. This is the essence of a functioning democracy, where the government is truly answerable to the people it serves. The journey to implementation will have its challenges, but the destination is well worth the effort. The benefits that await Pakistan are immense. Enhanced transparency will help build public trust. Stronger accountability mechanisms will deter mismanagement and corruption, ensuring that precious public funds are used for their intended purposes, such as building schools, hospitals, and roads. Better financial information will lead to more informed and strategic decision-making by embracing Ipsas 24. Pakistan will also align its public financial management practices with global best standards. In conclusion, unlocking the potential of Ipsas 24 is a crucial step for Pakistan's future, heralding a new dawn of accountability in the management of the public's trust and money.